Can you stop a foreclosure? Hey guys, I'm Brad, here with my partner Josh. The question of the day is, can you stop a foreclosure? And the answer is maybe. So why don't you talk about some of the situations where you've gotten a foreclosure stopped or when that can happen?
Can you stop a foreclosure? I want to remind everybody that once you've received that notice, you really need to take action because that clock has started. And the sooner that you're able to do something offers you potentially a little more flexibility or a little more options. There are some ways to stop a foreclosure. One is if you decide that you're going to sell your house and you have a contract, but that contract for whatever reason can't be closed in time for the foreclosure. If you're able to get that to the bank, banks will sometimes willingly stop foreclosures. Short of that, you might be a viable candidate to file a bankruptcy action, which would stop a foreclosure and give you more time to either sell the house or may provide some options for you to stay in the home. The other option is, of course, there's a reinstatement amount, which is the amount of that you're behind in the mortgage. And of course, if you are able to bring that current prior to the foreclosure date, then that's another way that you could stop the foreclosure.
Yeah, there's quite a few options there. And in our experience, sometimes when we know, and this is a risk that I take on some basis where we have actually paid the reinstatement amount. If we know we're going to buy the house, we've got to have a lot of wording and a lot of contracts and a lot of, because we could be out the money, but I have paid reinstatement amounts to stop an auction if we didn't have enough time to close the auction, but I only do that in rare circumstances. So there is the option there. So basically you do have some options, right? You can pay the reinstatement amount. You could, a bankruptcy would stop that, although, you should consult with a bankruptcy attorney to determine if you're a viable candidate for a bankruptcy. You should never just file bankruptcy because just willy-nilly. And then also if you have a legitimate reason, we dealt with this with estates a lot of times where maybe a property is stuck in probate and we're days or maybe a couple weeks away from getting the probate letters and being able to actually close the transaction. Sometimes the banks have agreed to stop the foreclosure sale, but there is a drop-dead date. Yes. And every bank is different, yes, and every situation is different. So we don't want these answers to be, one size fits all. You need to talk to your bank, yes, because ultimately they're going to be the ones to make the call on whether they'll stop the foreclosure. In fact, we just closed a deal last week where we had talked to the bank and they had agreed to stop the foreclosure if we sent them the contract and the proof of funds, and we sent that to them, and then they changed their mind at the last minute, pulled the rug right out from under us. It's really up to the bank. So I hope that answers your question today about can you stop a foreclosure? The answer is maybe. And if you have a property that you're interested in selling, whether you want us to buy it as a cash offer completely as is, you can take what you want, leave the rest behind, or you want to list the property for sale and try to fetch top dollar for it. I'm actually a licensed real estate agent in Georgia. Or if you just want a little bit of help, you want some answers, questions answered. Josh is an attorney here in the state of Georgia. So if you want to click on the link below, there's a form below. You can fill that form out and a member of our team will be in touch with you ASAP and we can discuss your options. Thanks again for checking out this video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.